So this place was once a military base. Now it's an eco-village with a co-housing community and an adult learning center for changemakers, and plans to also create regenerative enterprises. The majority of students are between 18 and 30, and the building has 73 bedrooms with private bathrooms. Our guiding principle is that we compassionately connect to ourselves, each other, and the environment, and contribute towards a thriving planet. Avnø Oasis can be a new home for you if you feel like you spend most of your time doing things you're not really passionate about just to keep up. Here you're engaged to follow what brings you joy and to contribute to the community in a way that feels natural to you. It's open to anyone who wants to explore a more connected and intentional way of life. You're welcome to come for a course, a visit, or even stay longer as a permanent resident.
What this place brings to people is, I think they get to know parts of themselves that they might not know before. And food is a big thing here, but the food does change people here because it's very clean. For some people, it's a bit of a shock if they're used to a lot of meat and a lot of bread and a lot of sugar and white stuff. It can be quite hard on them, the first week at least. But after that, they really get to enjoy it and feel different in their body.
In our kitchen, we cook according to the macrobiotic principles. What is macrobiotic cooking? If you split the word into two, you have macro, which means big, and biotic from life, so it's big life. We are looking at the energy of food as well as its nutritional value, which means that we are trying to find a balanced diet through both nutrition but as well as energy. Foods that are expanding, foods that are contracting. And the very expanding foods, for instance, sugar, are going to take you out of your body, to take you out of yourself. And the very contracting ones, like salt, are going to bring you a bit towards yourself and more into yourself. And in general, we are in normal society, if we are eating junk food and if we're having a lot of coffee, we're going to do this whoop, 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 from one place to another. And macrobiotic kind of brings you more to the center of the scale, where you are a little bit more balanced. And we are trying to look into also what makes food tasty, what makes good food good for us. We are looking into macronutrients and everything that can be important towards food. So we look at colors, we look at what kind of foods we are serving, we look at the shapes of the vegetables that we serve. And here we do mostly vegan-ish diet. We have also fish and eggs, but on a more controlled basis. I would recommend this place to other volunteers who are wanting to experience, for instance, an industrial kitchen. This kitchen is not just any kitchen. We have to learn about safety regulations, hygiene rules, so that's very, very interesting to acquire experience. Then also, if you're interested in cooking, we have a lot of fluctuating numbers. So we have sometimes a community that's 7 people, sometimes a community that's 7 people and 35 guests. And we're cooking for many people or very few people. I think this place attracts people who are genuinely nice and kind and caring, and then you just come into the kitchen to this nice and kind and caring environment. You feel safe, you have people to support you, you can be a supporter of others. Yeah, I think that's the main reason why I'm here and keep staying, and I would say that other people will feel welcome and happy here. Sustainability in the kitchen. We are a very low waste kitchen. We are not completely zero waste, but we are reusing leftovers in creative ways and yummy ways. We make our own compost, so everything that's scraps or older food that didn't get eaten, we compost and it feeds our own garden. We have huge compost bins outside, we have compost bins inside the garden as well for little worms to eat. And overall, I think we are very attentive and careful in the way that we manage leftovers and food scraps. For instance, some stuff that it's not so easy, like cauliflower leaves that I'm thinking about right now, that it's not so easy to eat just by themselves. They go into soups, and broccoli stems, we eat them, we steam them, and it's really nice to eat. So finding other ways to do and to make and eat foods that otherwise maybe wouldn't get eaten. Also from that, we are very water conscious. We save our dishwashing water. We try not to use soap for some of the stages of the dishwashing process before they go in the machine. So that water is going to feed our garden because it has nutrients in it. Same for the water that we use to clean our carrots or beets or potatoes. It gets nutrients, it gets soil, so it goes out to the garden. We save it in buckets when we are cooking. It's going to be around here. And we take it out to the back and the garden team uses it to water our garden.
Something that we have quite a lot of focus on at Avnø is teaching people and also practicing it ourselves to take responsibility for their own health and for their own healing. Healing and health is something that goes through this project as a red thread everywhere in the way we eat and the food we eat. Our macrobiotic principles, in the way we interact with each other using compassionate communication, creating a safe environment where we can heal and be heard, and also making our own food, having our own garden, in the education that we provide, also highlighting the sustainability related aspects and health as a big part of it. Several people in our community are quite powerful examples of transformative healing journeys. If I talk about myself, I had cancer 5-6 years ago, and 6 years ago I had quite different goals and visions and interests in life, and getting cancer shifted my focus a lot, and I started being much more interested in me and in health. And I kind of, when I got cancer, I kind of was allowed to finally focus much more on me. Not on, other people helping and a job, education and various sorts of things, but to actually find out more and more about me. And then not so long time after, like 3 years or something like that, I was in remission, so I got cured and everything, and I was in remission. And then Avnø happened in my life, and it was very synchronistic and quite amazing for me because of Avnø's focus on health. That was one of the primary reasons why I chose to be at Avnø, because it could support my curiosity and my intention to heal myself and to be healthy and to lead a full of energy lifestyle.
So daily life will start with the morning exercise if we have people who would like to share something in the morning. Usually it's quite often. Then we have breakfast. Then usually people start their volunteering or working time. Then we have lunch together again, and again some working time, and then dinner, and then also in the evening sometimes we have sharing circle, sometimes we have life story, sometimes we have just playing cards, playing other games. And we have lots of facilities here, like a gym, auditorium. Yeah, and we don't have a kind of a fixed schedule for the people who are here. It doesn't matter, volunteers or residents. It's more like it depends on you, how you want to plan your day, when you want to work. Basically, you need to be very kind of responsible person, because you need to plan your day yourself. And if you want some evening activities, then you need to organize people around these evening activities. To live with children here, it's somewhat special because they consider all the house like their home, and also they consider all the people who are here like their family. I'm not only one who is in this role to teach them, maybe to guide them in some situations. So it's members of the community who also take part of, raising my kids, let's say like this. Of course, it's my responsibility, but at the same time, I like this experience for them because they can connect with many people from different continents, from different countries with different languages. And I think this experience is very exciting. And also, for example, my youngest daughter, she knows English, Danish, and Russian and Ukrainian. She speaks 3 languages. They can get this wide experience, let's say. So the advice is for women with kids who wants to live in a community. I think the first step will be to be slow and really take time to check the place if it fits you, because like all the people in the community, they will be kind of teachers for your kids, so you need to be sure that it's a good teachers, let's say. If someone wants to join, for now we just decided that we invite them like volunteers, guests or co-livers, and through this kind of process, volunteering, maybe just living together, we find out if we want these people and they want us, so if there is a connection actually. Usually it takes 4 months and more to see like if we can live together. So yeah, just so we don't put some special hopes on them, on special kind of agreements with them until they lived here 4 months, and then we discuss. And also important thing that they need to find place in the community where they can function. They need to find the circle, because we function like circles, for example, land circle, kitchen circle, hosting circle. So they need to find their place where they can contribute, also get something useful for them, and like really be a part of the community, really be involved in this process. I can recommend this place for the people who are not afraid. Go deep inside, do inner work, because it's what we do a lot here. So usually who is not ready, they come and they leave. So yeah, I can say that just hard work on yourself. Then of course people who like nature, because we are surrounded with beautiful nature, sea, forest, and we are a bit far away from the city, so this is also our conditions. And who don't afraid to have a lots of work, because we are at very beginning right now, and we are not so many people, and sometimes we have a lots of work, so you need to be ready for this.
So a life lesson to whoever's watching. I have a guide and a friend, and she always say, don't be afraid. We're just here to live. Don't be afraid. And I think that's a very good advice, because no matter what you do, you can always get hurt, you can always go wrong, you can always do things wrong. But you know, you can also always do things right. So you learn to do things wrong, and then you think, I'm doing it different next time. So you learn something. So don't try to be perfect. Perfect is so boring. Don't be perfect. Be alive. That's much better.
Don't wait for the life you want. Come and co-create it at Avnø Oasis.